Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Electric Sheep. Let's just get going with our story here. Chainsaw Nights.
Chainsaw Nights. After the bombs fell, the world cracked open like a rotten seed, spilling out chaos and radiation upon the earth. Cities became ash heaps, roads turned to battlegrounds. The old order collapsed under the weight of its own hubris, and in the vacuum rose the wielders of the gun, wild-eyed warlords and raider kings who built their power upon the rusted remains of firearms and dwindling bullets. But bullets run dry. Gunpowder spoils. And in that dying echo of the gun's dominion, a new age roared to life. The age of the Chainsaw Knights. They came from the Iron Wastelands, their silhouettes massive against the smog-choked horizons. A cult of armored warriors clad in patchworked steel, bristling with plates torn from the husks of war machines. Upon their backs hung the most sacred of relics, the howling blades. Chainsaws blessed by the dark gods of combat, anointed in the black blood of forgotten engines, and gifted with fuel eternal. When they marched, the air grew thick with the scent of burning oil and ozone. And when they fought, the earth trembled with the furious growl of spinning teeth. Where gun barbarians once ruled through terror, the Chainsaw Knights brought howling order. They sold their might as bodyguards to the last flickering embers of civilization, settlements that still dared to dream of libraries and looms, of clean water and candlelight. And it was not just men they stood against. In the deep wastes and shattered cities, hungering mutant hordes rose from the irradiated pits and forgotten laboratories, flesh-warped monstrosities that devoured man and beast alike, towering brutes stitched together from the bones of giants, swarms of eyeless carrion dogs, and serpentine horrors that slithered through the rubble. None could stand against the roaring blades of the knights. Wherever these abominations spilled forth to feast upon the living, the knights met them with iron and fury, their chainsaws biting deep into mutated flesh until the earth itself drank the blackened blood of the fallen beasts. In the wastes, mutant abominations and barbarian hordes who once mocked the knights for their ancient engines now fled at the first growl of ignition. For nothing can match the terror of a man encased in iron, charging through gunfire, his saw blade a whirling halo of ruin. Their leader was known only as Sir Grindel Vane, clad in the armor of a fallen tank, his visor forged from the tempered glass of a reactor core. His blade, Judgment's Maw, was said to have tasted the flesh of titanic behemoths and still hungered for the blood of tyrants. In every village, the same legend spread like wildfire. When the horizon smokes and the wind carries the sound of roaring saws, fear not. The knights march for you, and the fuel burns for the people. So it was that the flame of civilization was not devoured by the apocalypse, but roared back to life, fueled by the eternal engines and iron wills of the Chainsaw Knights. And in the end, as every gun fell silent and every wasteland king was cut down to size, the howl of the chainsaw became the hymn of a new world. A world carved not by bullets, but by the spinning teeth of hope.
Well, I liked that. Spinning Teeth of Hope and all. That was a little more action packed than some of our other stories there. That's kind of what my intention was with that one. Um, I had noted in another episode there that when talking about this upcoming episode, that ChatGPT thought of the idea of the leader of the Chainsaw Knights and painted that character out very nicely. And I just thought the credit should be given to ChatGPT for that because they invented that character outright. And I'm really happy with the story. All in all, it brings a lot of imagery to mind. It's pretty brutal. And, if you like Mad Max, you might like yourself some Chainsaw Knights. So, yeah. I want to thank you for listening as always. And I wish you all the luck in the world. And just remember that I love you.